Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy. In the next episode, this time we are playing the Voidport in Flames, the Khorne campaign. My first encounter with Grandmaster of the Stormwatchers was everything but mutually respectful. Despite the harsh words, I must stop the Void Reaper's onslaught against the only Voidport on the planet. If the invaders manage to isolate Escalon and finish off the Stormwatchers, the Imperium loses irreplaceable assets.
Launched a global invasion. We have called in several Imperial Guard regiments from nearby planets to gain time until our brothers return. While we are securing the central towers, we need you to purge the entrance to the Voidport. They are dug among the ancient machines.
Well, will do. There's of course a beautiful mission for us, because the missions where we need to capture them towers is, to be honest, one of my most the mission I most enjoy in the game currently. If you have seen, of course, if you have seen a couple of my old episodes from 2 years ago, I think around that time, there was a mission type in the game called Stolen Relics, and we still have the chest in game, the Stolen Relic chest, where we, oh my god, please, okay, these are just guardsmen, where you had to, there were a couple of Stolen Relics chests on the map, and you have to basically, I think 3 or 5, I don't remember how many, you needed to find them relics, and wonderful mission type in my little opinion. So I would like to lead them all down here. That of course is the little downside if you have a couple of skills and go more on the sheer amount of constructs you have, and not on having few constructs with, you know, more might, so to say. Then of course you are having a few problems in tight corners here. But in the end, of course, what might be a solution here, of course, would be to have different, so to say, construct loadouts, or if you...
The Emperor protects. The void ship transporting the Crimson Wanderer is now on orbit.
Tell Sir Craddock to prepare to the blessed weaponry of the glorious war machine, or of his, sorry, reading out and clicking ain't good for my mind. What I want to say, if you remember the mission, if you played with a different kind of character like this one, a new one, you might do good in having different kind of loadouts for constructs, but in the end you don't always know the mission type of the next investigation mission you play, so that might be tricky to have a different kind of loadout right there. Alright, I'd say we have to go up here. It's sometimes simply simpler if you play this mission type here and you don't know into which direction you have to go. You can just follow the Imperial Guardsman, the AI there, which most times, not every time, most times just knows the right way to go. That is the cool part right here. We of course need to resummon. We need to resummon most enemies, all enemies down right here. Next are coming up, and the cool part of course is that we are going to have a level up again. That is quite nice. Still, I remember a little bit of time with the beginning of Inquisitor Prophecy. Don't forget.
Inquisitor, the analytical charts of the datasets show discrepancies in the signals of the local Vox stations. Deduction: the traitors have utilized these towers, and they are calling down orbital strikes.
I must destroy them as soon as possible. I'm completely on the side there, because the orbital strikes are not only very useful against the guardsmen, which are most times following us right here, but they are very bad against our vivisector constructs there, because they are very oftentimes clumped up, and that into, you know, a clumped up party is not cool to have and see how fast they can die if they are clumped up, and AoE damage actually hits. If you have played StarCraft 2 and, for example, did not magic box your Mutalisks or your little Marinas not split up and hit by Banelings, you might know what I mean there. Or you just have seen it in this game, of course. That is the proper solution there. But you see, tight corners are not always very helpful for us in moving through the terrain right here. Sometimes I would like to know how the aggro, if there even is some sort of method in this game to calculate which kind of our constructs or us in the end are going to hit, how that is being calculated in this games. I think I've heard in a couple RPG games it is done by damage. I think in World of Warcraft Classic, I can only precisely talk about Classic, it was on one hand first things first the one who pulled, and on the other hand then I think, no, not who did the most damage. I think if you did the most damage, but in the end you had as a warrior who tanked a couple of skills, I think, to like taint, but not certain there. So the point is, I would like to know how that is being calculated in this game. Maybe I should just take a look into the forums at one time, which I honestly am not doing often enough. Anyhow, we have the second point right here. Going to use the artillery strike because we just have one down there.
In their madness, they think we are the traitors. But you should ask your masters if you want to know more.
The Emperor is my only master. I'll never forget that, especially in the light of my recent discoveries on that outpost.
You are still questioning my devotion to the Imperium. I'd suggest you stop that, Inquisitor.
So that is actually cool. I think I said that already at least in the last episode, but I guess in the last 2 or 3 episodes, that I think playing this story mode here again is quite cool, because in the end I noticed that I've already forgotten a couple of things, so that is cool to do that again in the end. We of course are going to take a look at this little clue right here. I guess it's again a little note. Capture the Escalon Voidport. These are the orders of Lord Khan Gorgarth, or God. First, our crusade won't end here until all the Stormwatchers are dead and their gene seed is claimed. No mercy will be taken or given. Second, capturing and raising the Voidport may be a menial but also a vital task. We need to quarantine the planet before they can call in their lackeys. There is already more than enough lamp for a glorious slaughter. Third, minimize losses. Fort Blood is gone. Our patron needs time to fulfill his end of the bargain. Use the Goreforge scum and their pathetic weaponry to stop any counter-attack. Don't worry about the gateway, I will personally guard it. Return victorious or don't return at all. Sounds a little bit Spartan, doesn't it? With return on your shield. I don't get the crowd together right now, to be honest. Come back with your shield or on it, I think it was. Actually at least for me, one of the most watched movies of all time, together with the Matrix trilogy and Boondock Saints, for example, and of course the wonderful Star Trek movies of old and new. Like them a lot, as well as this normal Star Trek series out there. So these bloodletters are obviously just being summoned in. That is of course very nasty. See, destroying the Voxcaster there was, I think, the right decision to make. Of course, you could argue we have left the rest back there. Maybe we needed a little bit of data flux or resummoning our guys, but in the end, the orbital strikes would have been very, very devastating with their AoE hits against us. And the good part is the artillery strike. We still, I was thinking about using it as against the enemies, but I think for now it's the best part to use it once we are at the next Roxcaster in the end. So it's always not bad to, of course, go after the chest. There always might be something in there which is helping you out, and in some rare occasions it even why did I say even? It helps you out in, you know, giving your constructs a teensy little, oh my voice there, time to regenerate overall. Do you know that when sometimes, I don't know whether it is because you don't drink enough, your voice is suddenly cracking and it is, I wanted to say itching.
We need a status report, Inquisitor. We can't let the Voidport fall.
The world must be very important for you. This is where you select best warriors from the population, then mold them into Stormwatchers, right?
And they still don't know anything about our secrets. We thought the secrets would protect them. We were wrong.
And you then need to cuff. That is sometimes very, very weird with my voice, but in the end, a little sip of tea then always helps out a lot. So this guy's down. I am not certain whether there already some orbital or enemy orbital strikes are coming in. That, of course, would be not so cool for us. I don't think so. Yes, there are some things coming up. If you're wondering, yes, we had more. We have had more wonderful inoculators the last couple of episodes. I switched the inoculators around and was hoping to do the good thing, to even not conclude but to even have more of them, because the capacity was being shown with 18 instead of 13. That is something I need to take a look in the forums, why there is constantly, well, with capacity, of course, I am understanding in my weird, humble little mind that we can carry more of the wonderful inoculators, but in the end, that's the second time that
Rock station disabled. Chances for incoming orbital strikes reduced significantly.
was always a little trap for me. So guys, we of course have one thing more to do. We have a little clue here. I know we maybe are already a little bit over time, but anyhow, I don't care. Grandmaster Gottfried Magnuson, Traitor Marine present, confirmed. Escalon first, hive surrounded, local Astra Militarium and point defense, yes. Planetary defense forces routed. The enemy attacks no prisoners. The enemy takes no prisoners. Massive civilian losses. Projection based on enemy movement. Main target our blessed monastery. No explanation needed. Secondary target Escalon Voidport. Only operational Voidport on the planet. Logical target to ensure isolation of the defenders. No sign of any void ships or drop pods. Conclusion: most likely source of incursion is an internal warp anomaly. Identified several possible locations. Primary location forward base Beta 22. 3UE needs further investigation. Okay, still the 1 minute I'm going to take here and just go to the chest. As I said before, good part is we can even regenerate our constructs and data flux here a little bit, so we can, so to say, go stronger in the next combat, which I think is going to be not that easy. Well, it's still a little bit away. I thought we were right around the Rosie, so to say. I don't even know whether you say that in these circumstances right here. So Trap Flamer, please don't. No, he completely took down one squad of vivisectors. Another one is going to quickly. Okay, we have a second one there, which I have of course completely overseen in my dumbness, but he quickly falls. That's good. only need to resummon the Vanguard. Why do I call them servitors? Definitely servitors, at least I think, normally don't have tank tracks there to move on. I think they are just having bionic arms and all that crap. Okay, I of course take a little bit of cover here at least. They are down. We could need another Vanguard. They are very, very important to me. So the good part is here now I still have an orbital strike available, which of course is helping out at least a little bit in this situation here. Of course, a little, of course, not only AoE grenade, but some more not cover, some more space would, I think, help out against the Impaler. Wonderful model overall, as I can always say that Games Workshop, at least for me, has not only the best model designers in the end, but they have the best looking models in the world, plus design and painting. That is what I want to say. Sometimes my mind just constructs sentences so complicated I don't even know where that is coming from. Now it's a little bit unsettling that it is not running 100% fluid. Sorry for that. We are repairing the big dude, so we have fire, cover, power, whatever you want to call that. That always is much appreciated as well. Second one, up it goes. Only 2,500 HP remain. That seems possible, but not impossible, and that always is a very, very important part.
We have secured the central towers, and you have cleaned the port. I'd call it adequate progress. However, the Void Rippers are closing the net around the hive.
In other words, that they have mobilized an entire army against us.
We are moving out to face hordes upon hordes of traitors, demons, and heretical filth. What a glorious way to sacrifice our lives.
May I suggest another solution?
Are you mocking me, Inquisitor?
By no means, Grandmaster. I have a Freeblade Knight at my service, and the Crimson Wanderer is ready to clear the path through the raves of these monstrosities. Come on, game, please. Next piece of talking read out by the Grandmaster. Okay, obviously not. You never know that. To be honest, I remember there have been a couple of missions with our Inquisitor where there was no audio output on the read Audi parts, but never that intense. Anyhow, we have of course another level up. That's nice. We quickly go through the items we have received here, maybe, but obviously not. That doesn't seem very encouraging by now. Although, okay, I think these are of older episodes, at least the plasters down here. But guys, that right now brings us to the end of this episode, and you know it, I really thank you for watching. That is what I meant with capacity, which I don't directly understand. But anyhow, for now, I really thank you for watching. If you guys actually have enjoyed this episode, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.